Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Venom: Let There Be Carnage, the sequel to the first Venom film. Alright, so it's been a while since I posted a film review on this channel. I think the last movie I reviewed was probably Logan, if I had to remember correctly. I could be wrong in that sense. So when Woody Harrelson was shown in the post-credit scene of the first Venom film to be playing Carnage, I was super excited, super hyped, because I think Woody Harrelson's a great actor. And I was like, you know what? I think he's a good choice to play Carnage. So I had no complaints with that. When the trailers were released this year, however, I'm not gonna lie that for whatever reason, I felt more underwhelmed about this movie compared to other people, and I think the trailers didn't do a good job of like kind of getting me convinced or showing me why this movie is gonna be something great or whatever. And two, my anticipation for Spider-Man No Way Home is just really high. It's actually my most anticipated film this year. And because of all the, the leaks or like the theories and all that stuff, the speculation cut for that movie, we know that this is going to be a very big film. So I just felt like No Way Home was overshadowing Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Okay, so obviously Venom: Let There Be Carnage is the sequel to the first Venom film, and I have to say that I really enjoyed the interaction between Eddie and Venom. Because the first film, while there were things I liked about it, I didn't think that it was a great movie. I just felt like it was a good time or whatever, even though I own the movie on Blu-ray. But the first film, I felt like they couldn't decide what they wanted the film to be. Whether they wanted to be more like romantic or more of a horror film or more of an action film or more of a comedy film. I feel like the tone was very inconsistent in the first film. However, in this film, in Let There Be Carnage, I'm not going to say that the tone and the consistency is perfect, but I feel that it's much better in this film compared to the last one. So obviously, the villain is Carnage, being played by Woody Harrelson. And Carnage is actually pretty damn good in this film, if you ask me. I did like the way Carnage looked, even though I felt Carnage was more on the skinnier side. But Carnage was super fucking scary, super intimidating. I saw this movie in IMAX, man. Carnage sounded so fucking good. Like, felt like, the vibrations of my seats. It's just, Carnage just sounded amazing. Now, I will say that Carnage was a much better villain compared to the first one. I don't remember the first one's name because he was very forgettable. The actor's a great actor, do not get me wrong. But as a villain, Carnage just seems to be just better overall. But compared to other villains that I've seen in other superhero films, I don't think Carnage is up there in terms of writing and storytelling, even though Carnage was a good villain in this film, in my opinion. But with that being said, so the real reason why people are going to see this movie is because it's Carnage and Venom. They're going to face each other. And I can tell you that when it comes to the third act of the film, it's a great action sequence. It's a great third act between these two characters. I'm not going to deny that I do feel that third act was a bit much at times, but I think it is an enjoyable fight. And this is what's going to lead to my cons of the film. So in terms of the cons of the flaws, I felt the pacing was very off sometimes in the first act of the film and second act, midway through the movie. I just feel like certain scenes were kind of like out of place and just were put in at the wrong time. Two, the side characters again, I just felt like that they didn't really serve an important role to the story. I just felt like if they were not in this movie, it would have given more screen time between Venom and Carnage. Because that's really what the film is supposed to be about. Three, green screen, CGI. I think the CGI was good for the most part, but it was noticeable at times, and you could tell when there was a green screen in the film at times too. But overall, if I had to say if Venom: Let There Be Carnage is a better film than the first one, I would say yeah. I do think it's better. Now, this movie does have mixed receptions between the audience and the critics, and I definitely understand why. I can understand if you really love this movie or you liked it, and I can understand if you didn't love it or you disliked it or you hated it. I get the criticism. And this is directed by Andy Serkis. So I don't know like how many movies he's directed, but I haven't really heard any like big films he's directed. But I think Andy Serkis did a fine job with this movie. I can't say that I am satisfied with Venom: Let There Be Carnage. If I had to rate this, I'll give this a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. I do think that this is a much more improved film compared to the first one. I do think it's more inconsistent. I do feel the action was better. And I really love the interactions between Venom and Eddie Brock and Venom and Carnage and Woody Harrelson. I just felt that some of the scenes were really good. So overall, I would say yes. I do recommend seeing Venom. Let There Be Carnage. If you haven't seen the Venom series, go see Venom. Rent it, whatever you gotta do. Then see the sequel. And one important note before I end this video: stay for that post-credit scene. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's probably one of the best post-credit scenes that you will see in superhero films. I might be exaggerating that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure people are gonna really like this film. So, anyways, that is my review on the sequel to Venom. And make sure to like or dislike the video. Comment down below what you liked or disliked about this movie. And try to keep it spoiler free if possible, guys. Thank you very much.